Hello everyone, I'm Yumu from Susan's family. Today, I'll teach you how to make the spiritual Marsh sweater from the Chinese Aesthetics series. For this pattern, you can view it on en.susuddiy.com. This sweater is made up of several parts: the back piece, the front pieces, the sleeves, the collar and the decorations. Start by crocheting the back piece, using the foundation chain method to work back and forth. It's divided into the body, the bust section, and the shoulder parts. The body is divided into section 1 and section 2. Decrease stitches on both sides in section 1, while section 2 is worked evenly. Several crochet stitches will be applied, all of which are marked on the pattern chart. I won't list them one by one here. Please watch as I demonstrate the specific crocheting method. Start with a foundation chain. Take out the corresponding yarn. The yarn for the small sample is chosen randomly. For specific yarn, color choices and hook sizes, please refer to the detail page of our product and the paper instructions. Hang the yarn end. First make a knot. Then crochet chains. The number of chains for the small sample is smaller here, mainly for demonstration purposes. That completes the starting chain. Next, crochet section 1, row 1 of the body. For this row, read the chart from left to right. Begin with a chain 1 as the turning chain for the single crochet, which doesn't count as one stitch. In the second to last stitch, pick up the back loop of the chain and crochet 1 single crochet. Chain 5. Below, space 3 chain stitches. Continue by picking up the half loop and crochet 1 single crochet. We consider these 2 single crochets and the 5 chain stitches as group 1. Continue with 1 chain stitch. Space 3 stitches and crochet 1 double crochet. One chain stitch. In the same position, crochet 3 double crochets. Between them, chain 1 as a transition. After completing chain 1, we consider the stitches after group 1 as group 2. Below, space 3 stitches and crochet another group 1. Note the spacing of 3 stitches between the single crochets. Continue, space 3 stitches and crochet group 2. Alternate crocheting these 2 groups afterward. Note that there should be a spacing of 3 stitches between the insertion points. Continue working down. After the last group 1 is completed, you've finished the starting point perfectly. The first row is completed. Move on to the second row. Make 1 chain as your beginning chain. Turn counterclockwise. For this row, read the chart from right to left. Work 1 single crochet in the first single crochet stitch. Remember, on the wrong side, the stitches are on the top left. Next, in the left side group 1 chain space. Make 1 single crochet, 3 chain stitches and 1 single crochet. We treat the stitches worked into the chain space as a group 3. Now we're at the position for group 2. In the second chain space, work 3 double crochets. Two chain stitches. In the next chain space, work 3 double crochets. Two chain stitches. Work 3 double crochets in the left side chain space. We treat the stitches worked into group 2 as a group 4. Next, continue working in the chain space of group 1. Work 1 group 3. In the middle 3 chain spaces of group 2, work the corresponding group 4. Repeat this process all the way down. Finishing with the last group 3. Finally, work 1 single crochet in the ending single crochet. Row 2 is completed. We consider the yarn tail on the right side of the piece as the right side of the fabric, that is, the clearer texture side of group 4. Continue with row 3. Start by chaining 4 to start this round. Turn your work. Work 3 double crochets in the left chain space. Chain 1 as a bridge. Then chain 1 after completing. Continue working in the chain space of group 4. Work 1 single crochet, chain 5 as a bridge. Complete group 1. Then in the chain space on the left side of group 3, work group 2. This row is worked like this. Work group 1 on group 4. Work the corresponding group 2 on group 3. Repeat this process to finish this row. After completing the last group 1, chain 1. Work 3 double crochets in the final chain space. Chain 1 as a bridge. Then in the last single crochet stitch, work 1 treble crochet, yarn over twice. Insert. Draw the yarn through. Yarn over and draw through the first 2 loops. Repeat 3 times. The treble crochet is complete. Row 3 is hooked. Continue with row 4. Start with 3 chain stitches as the turning chain. Turn your work. In the left side's 2 chain spaces, work 3 double crochets respectively. Chain 2 between the groups of double crochets as a transition. After completing, crochet according to the form used in row 2. Work pattern 3 on motif 1. Work pattern 4 on motif 2. Complete this row. After the last motif 3 is completed, continue to crochet double crochets and chains referring to the chart. The last double crochet is worked into the beginning chain. Pick up the top 2 threads of the chain and crochet. Row 4 is complete. For the following rows 5 through 11, continue to crochet back and forth referring to the chart. Crochet the middle section correspondingly. This creates a staggered texture. On both sides, crochet corresponding stitches according to the chart. Note that, starting from row 6, after making the turning chain, turn the work and crochet the corresponding stitches directly into the chain spaces. For the ending treble crochet of the next row, mindfully crochet into the corresponding stitch. Pay attention to the entry position for the subsequent treble crochets according to the chart. The ending 2 single crochets of row 9. The first single crochet is worked into the chain space. The last stitch is crocheted into the turning chain. You can find the third chain stitch from below upwards. Pick up 2 strands and crochet correspondingly. After completing row 6, you can measure the fabric piece. Compare it with the dimensions given in the chart. If there's a significant difference, adjust your crochet tension and crochet again to avoid affecting the finished product size. Now I'll demonstrate row 12. Start with 3 chain stitches as the turning chain. Turn your work. The turning chain corresponds to the stitch below. Crochet 2 double crochets into this stitch. This forms a double crochet increase. Continue crocheting the middle pattern. Finally, crochet 1 DC3 in 1 into the turning chain. That is, crochet 3 double crochets into the same stitch. Mindful from below upwards, find the 4th chain stitch to crochet. The DC3 in 1 is completed. Row 12 is finished. Continue with row 13. Start with 3 chain stitches as the turning chain. Turn your work. Crochet 1 double crochet in the first hole on the left side. Continue crocheting according to the chart. After completing the last chain stitch in the current chain space and the turning chain, crochet a DC2 tog. First, crochet an incomplete double crochet. Yarn over. Insert. Draw the yarn through. Yarn over and draw through the first 2 loops. The first incomplete double crochet is completed. Continue by crocheting 1 more stitch into the turning chain. Yarn over and draw through in once. The DC2 tog is completed. The braid on the upper right is its stitch. Row 13 is completed. Continue working back and forth for the rows following section 1. Continue decreasing on both sides. Pay attention to the row with the DC2 tog. Note the position where you insert your hook at the beginning. Leave the next row unworked. Work into the adjacent stitch. Refer to the chart for the specific entry position for the edge stitches. All the stitch techniques used have been demonstrated before. Everyone, follow the pattern to complete it. That concludes the explanation for body section 1. Move on to crocheting body section 2. Continue from section 1 without adding or subtracting stitches. Keep referring to the crochet pattern in the middle. For the edge stitches, pay attention to the insertion position. The last row ends on the wrong side. Everyone, refer to the chart to complete it. That concludes the explanation for section 2. Next, continue crocheting the front panel of the body. Continue decreasing on both sides. Then crochet evenly. Let me demonstrate the specific crocheting method. Crochet the first row first. Here I'll use a small sample to demonstrate. Start by carrying the yarn across. Pull a large loop. Thread the yarn ball or fabric through the loop. Pull tight. This turns the loop into a strand. Place the right side facing up. Refer to the chart to find the joining position. It's the chain space in the middle of group 2. Hook the yarn out. Adjust the floating yarn tension to be close to the fabric. This completes the carrying yarn technique. Then crochet this row following the chart. After completing the last treble crochet, leave the remaining positions unworked. The first row is now complete. For the next second row, work back and forth. Everyone, refer to the chart and complete it. Now crochet row 3. Start with 4 chain stitches for the beginning chain. Turn your work. Skip 1 chain space. Work 1 DC2 tog in the next 2 chain spaces. Crochet 2 more double crochets in the same spot. Continue crocheting according to the chart. After completing the last 2 double crochets, crochet a cluster pattern next. First, crochet an incomplete double crochet in the current chain space and the next chain space. Then, crochet an incomplete treble crochet in the last single crochet, yarn over twice. Draw the yarn through. Yarn over and draw through the first 2 loops. Repeat twice. The incomplete treble crochet is completed. Finally, yarn over and draw through in once. The cluster pattern is completed. The third row is hooked. Continue crocheting according to the chart. Pay attention to the edge stitch entry position as indicated in the chart. Everyone should complete the corresponding row numbers for the front panel. That concludes the explanation for the front panel. Lastly, we'll learn about the shoulder parts. They are divided into left and right shoulder parts. Note that the left and right here refer to when the garment is being worn. The last row of the front panel ends on the right side. Here, continue crocheting the left shoulder part. Before you start, find the very middle position. For the smaller size, it's the middle double crochet of group 4. For the larger size, it's the middle chain space of group 3. Note to mark it with a stitch marker. In the sample, we'll use the smaller size as an example. Mark the middle double crochet of group 4. If you don't have a stitch marker, you can use a safety pin or a paperclip instead. Below, I'll demonstrate the crocheting method, using the smaller size as an example. For the larger size, once you've learned the method, follow the chart to crochet. Start with the first row of the left shoulder part. Here, I'll use the small sample to demonstrate. Refer to the chart and crochet the corresponding stitches. Complete the stitch marker position. The first row is done. Continue back and forth to complete the 5th row. Everyone, refer to the diagram and complete it. The starting point for the next row is further away. You can carry the yarn across, or you can break the yarn and join a new yarn. Here, I'll demonstrate the method of joining yarn. Crochet a chain stitch to secure. Leave a 5 cm tail and cut the yarn. Pull tight. Then flip to the right side. Find the starting position for the 6th row. Here you can make a knot with the yarn. Draw the loop through. Adjust. Joining the yarn is completed. Then, refer to the chart and crochet this row. As you crochet, weave in the ends as you go along. The 6th row is completed. Continue to crochet the 7th row. The ending is a cluster of a double crochet and a treble crochet in the corresponding position. Crochet 1 incomplete double crochet and 1 incomplete treble crochet. Finally, yarn over and draw through all loops once. A cluster of 1 double crochet and 1 treble crochet is done. The 7th row is completed. Continue to crochet back and forth. When you need to carry the yarn across, do so following the previous demonstration. Finally, fasten off the yarn. As you can see, this is the small sample after completing the left shoulder part. Any remaining tails should be woven in on the wrong side. You can secure a few more stitches if needed. Trim excess tail. Secure the other tails using the same method. Move on to the right shoulder part. The entire back piece is now explained. Flip it to the wrong side. Attach yarn at the entry position of the last stitch of the first row of the left shoulder part. That is, at the marked stitch. Then, work back and forth following the pattern. Finally, cut the yarn. Complete it. As you can see, this is what the shoulder parts look like after completion. Next, let's learn about the front pieces. They are divided into the right front piece, the button bands, and the left front piece. We'll crochet the right front piece first. We will start from foundation chain, working back and forth upwards. It consists of the body, the right front piece, the chest section, and the shoulder parts. The body part is divided into section 1 and 2. The edge on the left side is crocheted in the same way as the left side of the back piece. On the right side, we continuously increase stitches to create this curve. In the middle, continue to crochet the pattern. For the chest section, decrease at the left underarm. On the right, decrease gradually to form an arc. Finally, fasten off at the neckline. Reattach yarn to crochet the shoulder part. This forms the neck opening. The ending rows have skipped stitches on the left to form the sloping shoulder. The technique is similar to the left shoulder part of the back piece at the end. Refer to the chart and crochet it to completion. Pay attention to the entry position for the edge stitches. Refer to the chart. Ensure that the edge has a nice curve. At the neckline, you'll encounter a new stitch. Half double crochet. For the specific technique, refer to the video demonstration below. After learning the method, refer to the chart. Insert the hook into the corresponding position and crochet. Half double crochet. Yarn over the hook. Insert into the left stitch. Yarn over. Draw the yarn through. There are now 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over again. And draw through all 3 loops on the hook. 1 half double crochet is complete. That's the method for half double crochet. That concludes the explanation for the right front piece. Next, let's learn about the left front piece. Similarly, work back and forth starting with a chain stitch. It's divided into the body and the bust section. Decrease on the right side in section 1. The method is similar to the corresponding position on the back piece. Increase on the left edge. Here you'll encounter working into the same stitch. Crochet 1 double crochet and 1 treble crochet. Refer to the chart and crochet the corresponding stitch techniques. In section 2, work even on the right side. Form this curve on the left side. Start the bust piece by carrying the yarn across. Decrease at the underarm position. Then crochet evenly. End with a slight slope on the shoulder. Continue decreasing on the left side to form a curve. Cut the yarn off at the end. The crochet method is similar to before. Refer to the chart and complete it. That concludes the instructions for the left front piece. Next, let's learn about the button bands. Crochet the first round using the magic ring method, and crochet in rounds. Then work back and forth to complete section 1. After completing, join yarn on the other side to crochet section 2. Sections 3 and 4. There are more new stitches used. They are all marked on the charts. I won't list them all here. Please watch me demonstrate the specific crochet method. First, wrap the yarn around your finger to make the magic ring. Then crochet the first round. Chain 2 as a starting chain. Work 1 DC in the ring. Two chains. Then crochet a DC2 bobble. Start with 2 incomplete double crochets. Finally, yarn over and draw through all the loops. The DC2 bobble is completed. Continue with 2 chain stitches. Refer to the chart and crochet bobbles correspondingly. Use 2 chains as a transition between them. After completing the last 2 chain stitches, tighten the loops. Finally, work 1 slip stitch in the beginning double crochet stitch. The joining slip stitch needs to be tightened. That completes the first round. We will use the clearer texture side as the front side of the entire fabric piece. Move on to the second row. Start with 3 chain stitches as the turning chain. Turn the work. Work 1 double crochet in the left chain space. 1 chain stitch. Work 1 double crochet in the bobble stitch. 1 chain stitch. Work 1 double crochet in the next space. Work 1 double crochet in the left bobble stitch. The second row is done. For the following rows 3 through 7, crochet back and forth referring to the chart. Complete these rows. Now I'll demonstrate row 8. Start with 3 chain stitches as the beginning chain. Turn the work. Work 1 double crochet. Note, do not crochet into the stitch under the turning chain. 2 chain stitches. Then, in the next 4 double crochet stitches on the left side, work 1 double crochet 4 together, DC4 tog. First, crochet 4 unclosed double crochets correspondingly. Finally, yarn over and draw through all the loops in once. The DC4 tog is completed. Continue following the chart to complete this row. Row 8 is completed. Keep following the chart to finish row 18. Everyone should complete it. Here, I'll use a small sample to demonstrate row 19. Start with 3 chain stitches as the beginning chain. Turn the work. Follow the chart to crochet the corresponding stitches. After completing 3 chain stitches, skip 1 chain space below. Work a HDC3 puff in the next chain space. First, crochet 3 incomplete half double crochets. Yarn over. Insert. Draw the yarn through. Slightly enlarge the loop to be level with the right side. The first stitch is done. Continue with the second stitch. Yarn over. Gently pinch the yarn here. To prevent the loop from shrinking. Continue with another stitch. Finally, yarn over and draw through all the loops. The HDC3 puff is completed. Chain 2. Work another HDC3 puff in the next chain space. Start with 3 incomplete half double crochets. Mindfully enlarge the loop. Yarn over and draw through once more. Continue to complete this row. Row 19 is completed. Continue according to the chart. Pay attention to matching the edge with the left front or right front piece. The starting point should roughly correspond with the right front or left front piece. The third row of section 2 should roughly match. The edges should roughly align with the body sides. While crocheting, adjust your tension based on the actual situation. Ensure that the fabric pieces match up. Here, the button band end forms a fan shape. There's an extra distance in the middle. This is normal. Compare as you crochet. Crochet all the way down to the second to last row. Here, I'll demonstrate the last row using a small sample. Start with a chain 1. Turn the work. Work 1 single crochet in the first stitch. Then, crochet 1 double crochet in the chain space. 1 CH3 picket. Chain 3. Insert into the front loop of the previous double crochet stitch below. And the line below. Work 1 slip stitch. Tighten slightly. The CH3 picket is completed. Later referred to as picket. Continue by working 1 double crochet in the same chain space. 1 picket. Chain 3. Insert into the front loop of the stitch below. And the strand below. Work 1 slip stitch. Picket complete. Continue following the pattern to complete this row. Fasten off after completing. Section 1 is now completed. Move on to crochet section 2. Locate the first round of section 1 on the right side. Slip stitch into the bobble stitch separated by one space on the left side. Attach yarn inside. Then make 3 beginning chains. Work 2 double crochets in the space. Two chains. Work 2 double crochets in the next space. Work 1 double crochet in the bobble on the left side. Row 1 complete. Continue working back and forth for the remaining rows of section 2. Increases are needed on both sides of section 3. In the last row, you'll encounter a new stitch technique, DC3 tog. Here, I'll demonstrate the technique using a small sample. Refer to the chart for the insertion point. Correspondingly, make 3 incomplete double crochets. Finally, yarn over and draw through all the loops once the DC3 tog is completed. Everyone, crochet section 3 all the way down. Mindfully fit it as you crochet the edge. After finishing section 3, align it roughly with the ending of the right front piece. Note that I'm demonstrating this with a small sample. I've only crocheted the edge part. Pay attention to the actual project in your hands. The bottom edge is also aligned. For section 4, start with a slip stitch transition. Here, I'll demonstrate the technique. First, chain 1. Turn your work. Work 1 slip stitch in the second stitch. The oval-shaped slip stitch doesn't need to be pulled tight. Continue by working 1 slip stitch into the next chain space. Then pick up stitches and work 2 single crochets corresponding to the placement. 1 half double crochet. Next is a cluster of 1 half double crochet and 1 double crochet. Start with an incomplete half double crochet. You don't need to enlarge the loop here. Then work an incomplete double crochet. Finally, yarn over and draw through all the loops. The cluster of half double crochet and double crochet is completed. Continue following the chart to finish this row. Row 1 is completed. For the subsequent rows in section 4, continue to crochet back and forth referring to the chart. Note, as you crochet, align the right edge with the left edge of the left front piece. After completing, the edges should be roughly aligned. Complete it. Finally, cut the yarn. Look, this is what the button band looks like after completion. Lastly, join the left and right front pieces with the button band. Place all 3 pieces with the right sides facing up. The neckline forms a natural curve. The joining points correspond at the beginning and end. Here, pay attention to the starting point of the button band. It should roughly match up with the third row of section 2 on both sides of the body. Make sure to mark the position. Avoid any shifting. Use the yarn from crocheting the front pieces for the attachment. Watch me demonstrate the specific method for joining. I'll use a small sample to show you. Use stitch markers to mark the joining positions. Secure multiple points to ensure stability. Guarantee that the fabric pieces align evenly. Join one side first. Match the wrong sides of the corresponding fabrics facing each other. Start joining from the left side here. Insert into the left edges of both pieces simultaneously. Join the yarn. Make one chain as your beginning chain. Move to the right with an appropriate distance. Insert into the inner side of the edge stitches. The rows don't necessarily need to correspond front and back. Pick an approximate position. Ensure the fabric pieces are aligned. Try not to twist the chains. Draw the yarn through the loops. Then pick up one strand like this on the left. Work one single crochet. Repeat the previous steps. Insert into a suitable position to the right. Draw the yarn through the loops. You can see there are 2 strands like this on the left side. Insert and work one single crochet. Continue with an appropriate interval. Insert into corresponding positions for joining. Note that you should pick up these 2 strands and work single crochets for the rest. Complete the joining area of the fabric pieces using this method. The specific insertion point here. Please adjust according to the actual situation. As long as you ensure that the 2 fabric pieces are joined evenly and flat, it's fine. At the end, match up for joining. Leave a 5 cm yarn tail, and cut the yarn. Hide all the yarn tails on the wrong side. Now the 2 fabric pieces are joined. For the other side's joining area, follow the same method along the side edge. Join from left to right. You can start from either end. Refer to the previous demonstration. Complete the joining. That concludes the front pieces. Next, let's learn about the sleeves. They consist of the sleeve body and the sleeve cap. First, crochet the sleeve body and the sleeve cap. Then join them. Finally, crochet the bordure. Let's start with the sleeve body. It's divided into section 1, section 2, and section 3. Sections 1 and 2 use the foundation chain method. Work back and forth. After completing, join and crochet section 3. The sizing methods are similar here. The smaller size introduces a new stitch, the double treble crochet. Here, I'll demonstrate the method using the smaller size as an example. Start with section 1. Work evenly on the left side. Increase at the right edge. Pay attention to the entry position for the stitches. Refer to the chart. You'll work 2 treble crochets into the same stitch. Just crochet according to the chart. The last row ends on the wrong side. Then you can cut the yarn. Everyone finish this. That concludes the instructions for section 1. We continue with the starting chain, with the right side being the side on your right hand. Proceed to crochet section 2. The small sample has completed the first half of row 4. After completing the last 2 chain stitches, crochet 1 double crochet in the last single crochet, 1 treble crochet, and 1 double treble crochet. Wrap the yarn 3 times. Insert the hook in the same stitch. Draw the yarn through. Yarn over and draw through the first 2 loops. Repeat 4 times. The double treble crochet is completed. Row 4 is now crocheted. Continue by following the chart. After completing the last row of section 2, do not cut the yarn. That concludes the explanation for section 2. Move on to section 3. The row count continues from section 2 here. For the smaller size, this is row 10. For the larger size, pay attention and follow the chart. Work on the right side. Follow the chart to complete the part for section 2. Make a single crochet into the edge single crochet, then chain 1. Take out section 1, with the right side facing up. Make 1 single crochet into the ending single crochet of the last row. Then continue to work the corresponding motif. Complete this row. Row 10 is completed. Continue to crochet the pattern back and forth for the subsequent rows in section 3. Edges are worked even. Work the connection according to the chart. Everyone complete it. After completing the sleeve body, crochet the sleeve cap. Decrease on both sides. Carry the yarn across at the corresponding position. The stitch techniques encountered have been demonstrated before. Pay attention to the entry position of the edge stitches. Refer to the previous demonstrations. Follow the pattern to complete it. Cut the yarn off at the end. That concludes the explanation for the sleeve cap. Next, we'll join the pieces. Here, turn the wrong side out. Join the side of the sleeve on the wrong side. Use the yarn from the sleeve here. Crochet single crochets to join. Crochet 3 chain stitches between the single crochets. The number of chain stitches can be adjusted according to preference. There's no requirement for the entry position of the single crochet. Just ensure that the fabric pieces are joined flat. As long as the right side texture looks nice, you can also join according to your own habits. For specific joining methods, refer to the video demonstration below. Below is a demonstration of connecting 2 fabric pieces using single crochets and chain stitches. Place the 2 fabric pieces with the right sides facing each other, with the wrong side out. Overlap them neatly. Insert the hook into the starting chain at the 2 corner positions. Join the yarn. Make one beginning chain to start. Work one single crochet in the same stitch. Then chain as a transition. The number of chains refers to the pattern chart. Here, crochet 3 chains. Next, insert into the left side position. Mindful to insert through both fabric pieces at the same time. Make one single crochet. Chain again for transition. Then insert through both fabric pieces simultaneously. Crochet single crochets. Continue crocheting chains and single crochets. Mindful to align both fabric pieces. Don't let them shift out of place. The entry position for the single crochet isn't fixed, as long as you keep the fabric piece flat while crocheting. Continue to crochet this edge until it's joined. After completing, cut the yarn. This completes the connection of this edge. This is the effect seen from the right side. After attaching the sleeves. Next, join the front and back pieces at the shoulders. Again, crochet single crochets on the wrong side for the attachment. For the specific method, refer to the following video demonstration. Note: crochet in the previously attached edge of the front piece as well. Please watch the demonstration, using the right front piece as an example. Remember, left and right front pieces refer to the actual left and right when worn. Place the right front piece and the back piece with their right sides facing each other, with the wrong side out. You can start from either side for the attachment. Overlap and align the shoulders. This is the back piece swatch, and this is the right front piece. We'll start from this edge here and attach all the way to this double crochet position. On the back piece, this is the double crochet position. Insert the hook into a few threads of both fabric edges at once. Join the yarn. Work one chain. Work one single crochet at the joining point. Then move on to work 2-3 chains. I'm working 3 chains here, leaving a small interval. Insert the hook into a few threads of the fabric edge. Continue with one single crochet. This distance should be roughly the same as the length of the chains, ensuring that the fabric piece doesn't shrink after completing. And when you encounter the carried yarn, wrap the carried yarn into the stitches. The attachment is done by alternating one single crochet, 2-3 chains, until this edge is completed. Fasten off after completing. After attaching the shoulders, attach the side edges of the front and back body pieces. Do this on the wrong side as well. The method is the same as attaching the sleeve body sides. Complete this. Finally, attach the sleeve cap to the armhole positions of the front and back pieces. Match the underarm positions on the wrong side. Align the middle of the last row of the sleeve cap with the shoulder attachment point. Secure a few more points in the middle. Then crochet single crochets and chains for the attachment. The method is similar to before. Complete the attachments. That concludes the explanation for the attachments. Finally, crochet a border around section 1 and section 2 of the sleeve body sides, and at the starting chain, take the corresponding yarn. On the right side of the sleeve body, join yarn at the seam between the two sections. Then crochet the border moving to the right. The method is similar to attaching the front pieces. Here, just insert into the approximate side edge position and crochet. Only crochet through one layer of the fabric. At the starting chain, wrap the chain stitches. Weave in any yarn tails as you go. Repeat this process for one round. When you get to the seam, leave a 10 cm tail and cut the yarn. Thread the needle. Neatly sew back to the starting chain. Then tie off and weave in the ends neatly. That explains the border. The sleeves are also explained. Next, let's learn about the collar. It's divided into the left side of the collar and the right side of the collar. We'll cover the edging and the bordure. Start with the left side of the collar. Work back and forth on the left side of the front and back pieces. The new stitch technique used is the front post half double crochet. Watch me demonstrate the specific crochet technique. First, crochet the first row. Before you start, find the middle of the neck opening on the front piece. For the larger size, it's at the 5 chains position. For the smaller size, it's in the middle of 2 half double crochets. Mark it. I'll demonstrate using the smaller size as an example. Then find the corresponding position on the left shoulder part of the back piece. Attach yarn at the edge stitch. Make 1 chain. Hook 1 single crochet in the same position. Then work single crochets in the corresponding positions according to the pattern. Continue until 1 stitch before the stitch marker. Check the stitch count when done. That completes the first row. Work the second row next. Chain 2 as a turning chain. Counts as 1 half double crochet. Turn the work. From the second stitch, correspondingly make half double crochets. The second row is completed. When done, continue with the third row. Start with 2 chain stitches as a turning chain. Turn the work. Work 1 front post double crochet into the half double crochet on the left side. Yarn over once. Insert into the right side of this half double crochet from the front. Come out on the left side. Pick up this half double crochet and work 1 half double crochet. Front post double crochet completed. We'll refer to it as FPHDC from now on. Continue by picking up the next half double crochet and working 1 FPHDC. Yarn over, from the front, insert from right to left into this half double crochet. Work 1 half double crochet. Front post half double crochet completed. Continue, match up with the FPHDC. Don't miss the last standing stitch. Row 3 completed. Move on to row 4. Start with 2 chain stitches as beginning chains. Follow the pattern chart, starting from the 3rd stitch, correspondingly make half double crochets. Also make 1 half double crochet corresponding to the last standing stitch. Row 4 completed. Continue following the pattern chart, crocheting back and forth. The last row ends on the wrong side. Fasten off the yarn after completing it. The left collar section is now crocheted. Next, crochet the right collar. Attach yarn at the corresponding position on the front piece's right side. Work back and forth on this side. The method is similar to the left collar. Refer to the chart to complete it. Note that you don't crochet on the turning chain of the decrease side. What to be mindful of is, due to the stitch and tension issues, the fabric naturally angles to the right. Increases were made on the left side of the right collar. This makes the left side look neat. If you find that the left side of the right collar protrudes to the left after crocheting, you can crochet it evenly instead. The method is similar to the right edge of the left collar. Adjust according to your own situation. As long as the final fabric looks neat, it's fine. Fasten off the yarn after completing it. That concludes the explanation for the right collar. Next, we'll crochet the edging. Find the right side of the right collar. The sample omits some parts here. Join the yarn at the joining position on the first row. Make 1 chain as your beginning chain. Crochet 1 single crochet in the same position. Then crochet corresponding single crochets on the side. Refer to the diagram for the specific entry position. The position in the swatch is random. Crochet single crochets in the corresponding stitch positions. Crochet corresponding single crochets on the side. When you reach the shoulder side edge, pick up and crochet slip stitches along the edge. There's no need to tighten. There are no specific requirements for the entry position. Just create a decorative braid forming the border. Make a slip stitch once in the same entry position below. Then continue to crochet slip stitches on the other side. You've reached the collar position. Crochet corresponding single crochets. Complete the front piece here. Break the yarn. The edging is now completed. Next, crochet the border. Start by crocheting the border above the collar. On the right side, work from left to right along the edge. The method is the same as for the sleeve borders. Insert the hook and crochet in their respective positions. Note that you do not crochet the border at the opening of the back piece's shoulder part. Crochet the right side of the right collar. Continue to crochet in the single crochet positions along the left collar. You can break the yarn here, or continue crocheting. It just needs to look nice where the textures meet. Break the yarn after crocheting the left collar side. Finally, use the yarn used for the border on the border at the neckline of the front piece. Sew about 1 centimeter on the wrong side. Everyone complete this. Next, crochet the border at the first row of the collar. Starting from the left side of the right collar. Watch me demonstrate the specific crochet method. Here I'll use a small sample to demonstrate. Insert the hook into the edge for the border and join the yarn. Pay attention here. Pick up from below and upwards for the insertion point and join the yarn. Then move to the right and insert into the short stitch entry position. At the same time, insert into the stitch above it. Crochet the border. You can fold the collar back. Border. Continue inserting into the entry position and the stitch. Continue crocheting this way. Crochet up to the neck opening of the front piece. The sample doesn't have the border crocheted here. When you actually crochet up to this point, you can slightly press the top border underneath to make the connection look neat. Everyone, follow this method. Crochet all the way to the right side of the left collar border. Finally, crochet buttonholes on the right side of the left collar. Slip stitch once at the border position. Then chain 5. Slip stitch on the 4th row of the collar side. Insert and slip stitch in the entry position of the single crochet. Don't crochet onto the border. Slip stitch once again on the next row. 5 chain stitches. Space 2 rows apart. Continue to slip stitch twice. 5 chain stitches. Finally, slip stitch at the corner. Pick up an approximate position and slip stitch. Cut the yarn. Hide the yarn tail on the wrong side. The edging and buttonholes are now completed. The collar is also fully explained. Lastly, let's learn about decorations. Decorations include the hem edging, drawstring, large flowers, small flowers and buttons. Start by crocheting the hem edging. Work it at the starting chain of the front and back pieces. Please watch my demonstration of the crochet method. Here I will demonstrate using a small sample. Find the starting chain of the left front piece. Insert the hook into the right side joining position and attach yarn. Crochet 3 chain stitches. In the left chain space, work 2 double crochets. Slip stitch in the next chain space. Then crochet 2 chain stitches. Work 2 double crochets in the same stitch. Slip stitch in the next chain space. We consider the slip stitch after the first one as a group. Then, in these chain spaces, work such a group. The insertion position for the slip stitch and double crochet can be adjusted according to the actual situation. Just ensure that the fabric is flat and the texture looks nice. Continue crocheting along the starting chain of the front and back pieces. Crochet all the way to the end of the starting chain on the right front piece. For the last group, the final slip stitch is worked into the entry position for the border. After completing this, break the yarn. Hide the yarn tail on the wrong side. That concludes the explanation for crocheting the hem edging. Move on to crochet the drawstring. The specific length of the drawstring can be referenced from the chart. You can also adjust according to your preference. Please refer to the demonstration for the crochet technique of the drawstring. Now I'll demonstrate the crocheting technique of the Romanian cord. Start with a chain stitch. Chain 2. Then insert the hook into the half loop of the first chain stitch. Yarn over. Draw the yarn through. Yarn over again. Draw the yarn through both loops. Keep the hook still. Turn the fabric piece clockwise below. Then, pick up these 2 strands with the hook. Yarn over. Hook out. Yarn over again. Pull through the loops on the hook. Continue turning the fabric piece clockwise. Pick up these 2 strands with the hook. Yarn over. Work a single crochet. Continue turning the fabric piece clockwise. Pick up the same 2 strands as before, and work a single crochet. Repeat this method all the way down. Turn the fabric piece clockwise. Then pick up the 2 vertical strands above to the left and work a single crochet. Crochet until you reach the desired length. Chain 1 to secure. Leave yarn tails. Cut the yarn. If sewing is needed, leave a long yarn tail. That's the crocheting technique of the Romanian cord. After completing it, thread the drawstring through the front and back pieces. Here, find the starting point of the button bands. Insert into the edge of the right front piece just above it. That is, at the position of the 5 chain holes for group 1. Then pull out the thread along this line. Alternate up and down through the 5 chain holes. You can also adjust the threading position according to your preference. Finally, exit from the edge of the left front piece. Once adjusted, secure the tail end of the shrimp braid inside the Romanian cord. Make sure you complete it. That concludes the explanation of the drawstring. Next, let's learn about the large flowers and small flowers. There are multiple color schemes. Crochet them separately, then sew them onto the corresponding positions. First, let's learn how to make the large flower. We'll use the chain ring method for the foundation, then crochet in rounds counterclockwise. During the crocheting process, we need to switch colors. Please watch as I demonstrate the specific crochet technique. Start by casting on. Chain 4 stitches. Then pick up a half double crochet in the first chain stitch, and join with a slip stitch. The foundation chain is now complete. Next, crochet the first round. Chain 3 stitches. Work 1 slip stitch in the starting chain space. Weave in the yarn tail. Continue and repeat this twice more. The first round is complete. Continue to crochet the second round on the left side behind the chain stitches. Insert the hook into the starting chain space and work one slip stitch. Then chain 3 stitches. Work another slip stitch in the same position. Mind that the first round is placed in front. Continue and chain 3 stitches. Treat the already crocheted stitches as one group. Crochet another group. Slip stitch once in the corresponding spot to insert the hook for the next hole. Chain 3 stitches. Work another slip stitch in the same position. Chain 3 stitches. Crochet another group using the same method. Finally, at the beginning slip stitch position, which is also the starting hole. Slip stitch once more. Fasten off the yarn. The second round is complete, forming 6 chain spaces. Trim any remaining yarn tails. Now crochet the third round. Join the yarn in the chain space of the second round on the left side. Chain 1 as your beginning chain. Work 1 single crochet in the same position. Secure the yarn tail. 3 double crochets. And 1 single crochet. We will consider these 2 single crochets and 3 double crochets as a group in the chain spaces of the second round. Correspondingly, make such a group. Complete this round. And finish with a slip stitch in the starting single crochet stitch. The third round is complete. Continue with the fourth round. First, make 1 chain stitch. Then, on the back of the third round, insert into the gap on the left side of the first double crochet on the left. Pick up underneath the chain stitch and make 1 single crochet. 3 chain stitches. Continue by picking up the next group of double crochets. The gap on the left side of the first double crochet. Pick underneath the braid and make 1 single crochet. 3 chain stitches. Repeat this process, continuing with single crochets and chains. Finally, join with a slip stitch in the starting single crochet. Cut the yarn. The 4th round is completed. Now crochet the 5th round. Attach the yarn in the chain space on the left side. Make 2 chain stitches as the beginning chain. These count as 1/2 double crochet. Work 5 double crochets in the same position. One-half double crochet. Consider the crocheted stitches as one group. Continue working this group in the chain spaces. Complete this round. After completing the last group, join with a slip stitch in the beginning chain. Leave a 30 cm yarn tail, and cut the yarn. Trim any loose ends. One large flower is now crocheted. Crochet the remaining large flowers according to the color chart. Next, learn how to crochet the small flowers. Use the magic ring method. Crochet in rounds counterclockwise. You need to switch colors while crocheting. Watch me demonstrate the specific crochet technique. Start with a magic ring. Then crochet the first round. First, chain 2 as a turning chain. Then work 5 half double crochets into the ring. Pull the yarn to tighten the ring. Join with a slip stitch in the beginning chain. Cut the yarn. The first round is complete. Continue with the second round. Make sure the right side of the piece is facing up. Join yarn at the slip stitch join spot from the previous round. Chain 3. Work 3 double crochets in the same stitch. Three chains and 1 slip stitch. Slip stitch in the next stitch. Pay attention, the left stitch might be puckered. Don't miss it. We treat the already crocheted stitches as a group. Continue to crochet correspondingly. Last slip stitch of the group. Crochet into the starting join position. After completing, leave a 20 cm tail, and cut the yarn. That completes the small flower. The rest of the small flowers can be crocheted according to the color chart. After crocheting the large and small flowers, we will sew them together next. First, compare with the finished product. Distribute the flowers in their corresponding positions. At the beginning of the front band, sew on a large flower. The remaining flowers are spread horizontally. Some are also distributed above. You can adjust the distribution according to your preference. Sew 2 small flowers at each end of the drawstring. Here, I'll use the end of the drawstring as an example. I'll demonstrate the sewing method. First, take out 2 small flowers. The specific color choices can be determined according to your preference. Take one of the yarn tails and thread it into the sewing needle. Place the wrong sides facing each other at the end of the drawstring. Pick up and sew where the wrong sides meet. While sewing, secure the drawstring as well. When done, tie off and weave in the ends. Do the same with the other yarn tail. Fix the small flower on the other end using the same method. After positioning the remaining flowers, pick up the yarn from the wrong side, and sew them onto the front piece to secure. Mind the drawstring while sewing. Don't sew through the drawstring to avoid restricting its movement. Everyone, complete this step. That concludes the instructions for the large and small flowers. Finally, secure the buttons. First, vertically attach 3 buttons on the right side of the collar edge on the back piece. Use the thread from the collar border to sew and secure them. Note that they should correspond with the buttonholes on the other side. Everyone, sew these on to complete. Next, at the neckline position on the front piece, and secure a button above the sleeve split. Note that below these 3 button positions, a bow needs to be sewn on first. Crochet the bow using the Romanian cord here. The method is the same as for the drawstring. Pay attention to leaving a 30 cm yarn tail for sewing. After crocheting, coil the Romanian cord into a figure 8 shape like this. Mind that one side faces up. Center and secure the beginning and ending. Place it underneath. Secure it slightly. Then place it in the corresponding position. Pick up the yarn from the wrong side and secure it to the fabric. The method is the same as sewing on flowers. When sewing, pay attention to adjusting the shape. Ensure it looks neat. Finally, secure a button in the middle. Then tie off and weave in the ends neatly. Everyone complete it. That concludes the explanation for the buttons. Up to this point, the entire sweater has been explained. If you have any unclear parts during crocheting, don't hesitate to reach out to our customer service. Susan's family. Support your handwork experience. Enjoy the joy of life. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next episode.